We just people from the north side. Want some Timmy's at the shore fine. Winter ready on the full ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side. Want some Timmy's at the shore fine. Winter ready on the full ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your host, your boy George Mackay, back here again in the Straight Talk Studios, and I'm here with my mini-me, the mini-host. And as you can see from the screen behind us, we are here to discuss all things taking place Saturday, July 15th, live on pay-per-view, live in Windsor, which we will be there in attendance, and we're going to be doing another video log for you of all our exciting experiences at Impact Wrestling Slammiversary. Now, as you know, you've experienced this quite a bit. This is Impact's biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Yes.
This is the one where surprises happen, titles will change hands, and we're going to see a different culture in terms of the Impact locker room after this event. And there's a lot of great matches on this card, so shall we begin?
Yes, we can.
All right, so kicking off beforehand on the Impact pre-show, available on YouTube, Fight, and Impact Plus, will be the one and only Joe Hendry. Arguably the best pro wrestler theme song of today, but also a really kick-ass wrestler and a really nice human being. We had a chance to meet him. I sang the song for him. He probably hears a lot, didn't really like my singing, but that's okay. Check out the reel on the Straight Talk YouTube page, shorts. But anyways, he's taken on the always dangerous Kenny King with Shelton Jean in his corner. Now, Joe Hendry has been the digital media champion for quite some time. What do you think?
I'm just gonna say my answer because I'm proud of it. I believe in Joe Hendry. Just gotta go for Joe Hendry.
She's proud of it, she says. Okay, so you just believe in Joe Hendry and that's it. That's the only reason you're picking Joe Hendry.
Well, yeah, like, you know, he's a good wrestler, but like, you have to believe.
You have to believe in Joe Hendry. Okay. Well, I also am a big Joe Hendry mark, and I do believe in Joe Hendry. I do. Scotland, Canada, Mexico. Oh,
Anyway.
All right. Anyways.
Yeah. Push me.
God. All right. So we're both picking Joe Hendry for the win. On this one, he will retain the Digital Media Championship.
Good choice.
Moving on. Now, this match was supposed to be the scheduled match. That's right. This was supposed to be the scheduled match. It was Scott D'Amore coming back into the ring for the first time in quite a bit of time, pairing up with PCO, Canadian Frankenstein, versus Bully Ray and Steve Macklin. But as we know, Steve Macklin suffered an injury in Impact's Down Under tour and had to pulled out of the match for recovery. So we do want to wish Steve Macklin a speedy recovery and hope that he's back in the ring very soon. So now the question was, who was going to be Bully Ray's new partner?
Yeah.
Well, he announced it today on Busted Open Radio.
Okay.
And it's none other than Cody Deaner. That's right. Cody Deaner will be sliding in to Steve Macklin's spot to take on Scott D'Amore and PCO. But wait, another change. Another change. PCO was set on fire last Thursday on Impact by Bully Ray and Steve Macklin. So now with PCO possibly being in question and Darren McCarty as the special enforcer, former Detroit Red Wing, we have to wonder who will Scott D'Amore be bringing in. And I have a feeling, I know of another Canadian. No, but I have a feeling. We know of another Canadian who recently had to relinquish a said title only a few months ago. And I believe that Josh Alexander will make his return to Impact Wrestling to team up with Scott D'Amore to take on Bully Ray and Cody Deaner. Now, Deaner was on Busted Open, and here's what you might find interesting. He had a lot of negative things to say about Scott D'Amore. Basically, Cody Deaner hates Scott D'Amore with like a vibrant passion. A passion of pure hatred. So him pretty much telling Bully Ray, I will be your partner to just end Scott D'Amore. Bully Ray couldn't pass up that opportunity.
Okay.
It makes sense. But now, who do you think will be Scott D'Amore's partner? Do you agree with me that'll be?
I do. I feel like Josh Alexander.
Okay, so
would
you
come back, and I'm gonna go for Scott
But
D'Amore.
if Josh Alexander doesn't come back and he picks, there's also another potential Canadian that suffered an injury at a Destiny show that we were at. And he is in Impact Wrestling. he could be making a big time appearance and return.
Aiden Prince
Could
be showing up.
Could be showing up. So Aiden Prince or Josh Alexander, possibly as Scott D'Amore's partner.
Yeah.
Or maybe Scott D'Amore brings in one of those amazing free agents that are out there. Or maybe he gives somebody an opportunity to shine and bring somebody from the indies up. There's potential questions, but I think that either Josh Alexander is my heavy favorite, but also Aiden Prince would also be an amazing.
Well, whoever he brings, I think is going to be a really good talent and a really good pick. I'm pretty sure it is either Josh Alexander or Aiden Prince, but we'll see.
So knowing that, but also not 100% sure on that, who are you putting for the win on this one? Are you giving it to Bully and Diener? Or are you giving it to Scott and mystery partner, which we think could be a returning Josh Alexander or Aiden Prince?
I'm going to go with Team Scott and mystery person for now.
Okay.
Because I feel like the talent that he would bring in, knowing Scott D'Amore, is going to make the crowd go wild. So.
And especially because it's in Canada.
Yes, that too. So.
It's in Canada. It's in Windsor. Again, Windsor's a lot of history in Windsor when it comes to pro wrestling.
Well then, looks like we'll have to find out.
We absolutely will. Moving on the card. Grudge match of all grudge matches. Eddie Edwards. You know him down since day one. Coming along with his always dangerous better half, Alicia Edwards. And Frankie Kazarian. Coming out with Tracy Brooks. It's dangerous, right? Because you've got counteractions on both sides. You got Tracy to counteract Mrs. Edwards.
That's true.
Which gives Frankie and Eddie a chance to go one-on-one. And without Mrs. Edwards there, I don't know if Eddie can pull it off full force because she is great at the distractions. But having Tracy there to counteract Eddie's better half. Looking at this card, I'm going to give my pick on this one first if you're okay. I feel like Eddie Edwards is just on another level.
Yeah. Since
the whole Honor No More faction and everything like that, and him having this heel run that he's been doing, I feel like Eddie Edwards has just got momentum on his side. Don't get me wrong. Frankie Kazarian can still go. He came back to Impact Wrestling to show that he has a lot more left in the tank. Yeah. And I respect and appreciate that. But I just feel like the powerhouse couple that is the Edwards are going to be too much for Brooks and Kazarian to handle.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to go with your pick too, because I feel like Eddie Edwards deserves to win. And, you know, he's pretty much unstoppable with the matches that we've seen. So.
You think Eddie Edwards is better as a heel, or did you like him more when he was a crowd favorite?
I think he is better as a heel.
He's got that edge to him, right?
He just has that, like, he's showing his true colors that he wants to win, and
at all costs.
Yeah, he doesn't care how hurt you are, or you know, if your ankle's broken. Like, he does not care. He wants to win, and that's what he's gonna do. So.
Well, he didn't win against PCO. We saw that, but he did definitely give PCO some damage to remember him by. That's for sure. All right, moving on next in the card. Ho! The unholy duo that is Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly taking on the Coven. The Coven have been Knockouts Tag Team Champions for quite some time. They retained at the last event we attended, Rebellion, under some questionable circumstances, but still retained nonetheless. Masha and Killer Kelly have been going at each other hard. They literally had a dog collar match only a few months ago. Now they've united to take down the Coven. Looking at this, is the Coven's time done?
Yes.
I didn't even get a chance to ask the question. Okay, so the Coven's time is done according to the mini-host. Please let me ask the question and now give us your reasons why you believe the Coven. Because don't forget, can Masha and Killer Kelly, that was the other point of my question, can they coexist?
Oh, that's also another thing, because they both like have the same attitude, and you know, it's just kill. So
yeah, if
they aren't getting along, that's going to interrupt the match. And then the Coven, knowing how they are, they can sneak a win quickly.
Well, yeah, but also too, that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, if Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly were a song in music, they would be Kim by Eminem.
Okay.
Because they're violent women. They are violent, but violent in the best way possible. But I feel like I agree with you. I feel like Masha and Killer Kelly, if they can coexist, they will dethrone the Coven. But you're right as well. If they can't and it falls apart, the Coven will pick their spots and retain. But I believe that you are on the right train of thought. we're going to have new knockout tag team champions. And this is what I'm talking about, Slammiversary. It gives you that shock, that surprise, that amazingness. And we're definitely going to see a lot of title changes by the end of this event. All right, moving on to the next one on the card. We got an X Division Championship slobber knocker. Chris Sabin, arguably the best X Division champion of all time, goes down in the history books as to what he's done and elevated. Yes, you do know Lio Rush. And Lio Rush, former MLW, former WWE star, going on the indies, tearing it up. Lio Rush, you know his skill level. You know what he can bring to the table. But we also know that Chris Sabin, when it comes to that middleweight division, he sets himself apart from a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's also elevated that division a lot better than any other person in that division ever could. And I'm talking about in history. Trey Miguel definitely took it to another level.
Yeah.
Speedball Mike Bailey has definitely elevated it as well. But this is an all-out who really, truly is the best. Is it the new school with Lio Rush? Or is it that classic old school with Chris Sabin? I'm going to give my pick on this one, if you will. I believe that Chris Sabin will, in fact, lose to Lio Rush.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you were going to say,
I had to swing it. I had to swing it a little bit. I had to go left and right, but I believe that Chris Sabin will unfortunately no longer be X Division champion after Slammiversary. I think Lio Rush is coming in hungry for gold, and when Leo's got his eyes on gold, nothing can stop him. So you agree with me as well?
Yes, I do. I think that, like you said, like if he wants something, he's gonna get it. Like, you know, he's gonna try his hardest. He's gonna go, and he's not gonna stop. So, yeah.
Looking at these two right now, though, who would you say is the better wrestler?
Well, I haven't seen Lio Rush in person wrestle, so I'm gonna say Chris Sabin.
Chris Sabin, okay. I think that's a great pick. We also know that the other half of Motor City Machine Guns will be wrestling as well a little bit later on in the card. Moving on, how about this Impact World Tag Team Championship? I just got to soak this in for a second because this is incredible. So you got ABC, the defending champions, going up against the unlikely duo of Brian Myers and Moose, going up against Sami Callihan and Rich Swann, another unlikely duo, going up against Subculture, who we got to see throw it down. Well, Mom and I got to see throw it down at the Impact tapings, but we did get to see it in London.
Yes.
So looking at things the way they are now, you know what ABC can do. You know what Sami and Swann can do. You know that Myers and Moose can get it done if they need to. And Subculture, they are the future of that tag team division. When it's all said and done, will it be the past, the present, or the future? You see what I did there? You see how I did that? What a build. What a build. What do you got, mini host? Break it down.
I think I'm gonna go for Rich Swann and Sami Callihan.
Wow, I honestly did not see that coming. Okay. Rich Swann, Sami Callihan. Give me your reasons.
Because I think last time when we saw Sami Callihan, you know, he
was right beside me and gave me a fucking heart attack.
Yeah, we didn't even realize. I was like, Dad, that's Sami Callihan. And then he looked and he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, Dad, that's Sami Callihan. And then he's like, oh, we didn't even realize. But anyways, that's besides the point. But I can see what he can do. You know, he was kind of, you know, dictated into a weird kind of relationship with Cody Deaner. And I feel like he was kind of forced. And now he's kind of gotten out of that shell and he's ready to fight. And he's scary. So I think he needs to beat somebody up. Yeah. And, you know,
so what you're saying is that he's off his proverbial leash.
Yeah.
Being controlled.
Yeah. He's done.
By the design.
He wants to, like, you know,
take somebody's
head off.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. And then with Rich Swann, I feel like they could work really good together because Rich just kind of goes with the flow. He kind of just, if he sees somebody getting punched, he's just going to go in with a kick, you know?
I like that. I do like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like your theory. I think it's good. But unfortunately, I will disagree with you.
Of course.
Now, hold on a second. I have my reasons. Looking at these teams, like I said, we've got kind of two, not unlikely alliances, but two alliances for purposes.
Yeah.
But then you've got ABC, who are arguably going to go down as one of the best Impact Wrestling tag team champions of all time. They won't beat the Norse record by any standpoint, but they're definitely holding it down.
Yeah.
I got to go with Subculture. There's something about these young guys and what they're doing. It's going to be their time to shine. And if they can grab that brass ring, if they can pin those shoulders to the mat and become the new Impact Tag Team champions, I think they will definitely elevate the division. So I'm going to go with excuse me, I'm going to go with Subculture on my pick. That's who I'm picking. You're going with Rich Swann and Sami Callihan, which I'm still kind of shocked by. I did not expect that. And unfortunately, Moose and Myers and ABC, they're not our pick. Sorry, guys. We love ABC, don't get me wrong. And Myers and Moose, we respect for sure. But we did not pick anybody from the right side of the screen. We only went left. Moving on. How about this? The Ultimate X match. You got Angels versus... I got to soak this all in again, man. Some of these matches are incredible. Kevin Knight, KUSHIDA, Jonathan Gresham, Mike Bailey. I mean, come on. You've seen Bailey in person. You've seen Gresham in person. You've seen KUSHIDA in person. You've seen Angels in person. Actually, at the Destiny show, he told you to shut up.
So
the only one is the X factor for us is Kevin Knight. We haven't really seen too much of Kevin Knight work. Of course, I have checked him out, and he's got some chops for sure. But you know, the Ultimate X match is a highlight match of the year. You got to go up. You got to grab it. You got to grab that chance at the Ultimate X.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking?
I'm going to go for Mike Bailey.
Over Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
I think he deserves to win. You know, it's not like he hasn't won before, but I feel like this is his chance to really show himself and prove the other guys wrong, because no offense, there are 2 or 3 of those wrestlers that have a bit of an ego. You know, just saying. But I think that Mike Bailey should prove the other wrestlers wrong in this match, and you know, he needs to show the other wrestlers what he can do.
Okay, I'm going to pose another question to you. I like your thinking.
Okay.
But if Mike Bailey's your pick, who's your dark horse? Who's the one person out of these 5 men that you could see possibly giving us that shock and surprise to who might actually win the Ultimate X?
I think Angels probably.
Angels.
Yes.
Even though he told you to shut up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like not that, you know, I respect him for telling me to shut up, but you know, it's fine. You know, a lot of emotions going through him, but whatever. But I think that he could surprise the whole crowd and
just shock everyone.
Yeah, just shock everyone.
Okay, I'm going to give you my pick, and I'm going to give you my dark horse.
Okay.
My pick for this one, KUSHIDA. I just love the way this guy wrestles. He tells stories in the ring. They all do. They're all fantastic.
Yeah.
But I pick a KUSHIDA for the win, and my dark horse is going to be the one I don't know too much about. I'm going with Kevin Knight. I don't know too much about him, but I think that Kevin Knight could come in, sneak attack, and just surprise the hell out of everyone. So I think both of us have strong picks. I mean, you went with the only Canadian that could rock a mullet better than Billy Ray Cyrus.
Okay.
Moving on. Our undercard main event. That's right. Not our main event, but our undercard main event for the Impact World Championship. You have first-time heavyweight champion, Alex Shelley, going one-on-one against Nick Aldis. Now, Nick Aldis is no stranger to Impact. He's been there before. He's seen it. He's worked for it. And he's no stranger to being a champion. He's no stranger to big fight feels. But I feel like they put the strap on Alex Shelley, and it's too soon for Alex Shelley to lose. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about this one. Nick Aldis is a great talent. I respect him, but I don't think he's going to take the title from Alex Shelley, because I feel like that's not the story that they want to tell here.
For sure.
So I think like Alex Shelley's going to retain and go on to at least have a couple more title defenses before I believe him and Josh Alexander can go one-on-one for that title if Josh does return.
I was going to say exactly what you said. I feel like Alex Shelley hasn't told his championship story yet, and I feel like there's
I like that. I say that again. That was wow.
A lot more to tell for him. So I don't think he's ready to lose that just yet.
Alex Shelley hasn't told his championship story yet. Sounds like a Lifetime movie. I would watch that. Wow. I'm impressed today. Okay. Somebody did their research. Somebody actually put in some time. Because most of the time it's me. No, I'm joking. Anyways, moving on. Our main event. This is what I believe. Don't give me the side eye. I believe this is going to be our main event of the evening. The Impact Knockouts World Championship champion, Deonna Purrazzo, who we've had on the show.
Yes.
And we know she's a sweetheart. Go through the archives, check out the interview, check out the 5 questions. This is incredible. Going up against Trinity. Trinity said from the jump, she respects Deonna, but she wants that title. Now, the time for talking is over. And Saturday night in Windsor, Ontario at Slammiversary, we're going to see if Deonna Purrazzo is the best knockout in the world, going up against Trinity one-on-one. No distractions, no teaming, no alliances, no fighting off Giselle Shaw and her, pack of bull. Just Trinity and Deonna.
Yeah.
This one's going to be hard for you. I know it is because you respect both of these women. And I also know that Deonna Purrazzo is one of your all-time favorites.
Like, she's a great wrestler and I love her, but, when I would, saw her and Jordan fight, I'm going for Jordan Grace. Like, no. So I think I'm going to go for Trinity. I think we need a new champion.
Wow.
Yeah. And you know what? Like I said, I respect Deonna. She's a great wrestler and she's super sweet. But I feel like we need someone new and fresh. And I feel like Trinity would be the perfect person.
You think if Trinity does beat Deonna, that we'll see Deonna go back to the virtuoso? We'll get that ego back. We'll get that dark side of Deonna Purrazzo back. Do you feel like she'll turn heel if the match doesn't go her way and maybe attack Trinity?
I feel like that would definitely happen. Like if Trinity,
or what if Trinity loses and she turns heel?
Well, then I don't know. I feel like Trinity's gonna win though. So
okay, so you feel you're picking Trinity?
Yeah.
Okay. I am not going to agree with you.
Okay.
I think that Deonna Purrazzo was arguably in the conversation for one of the GOATs of female wrestling and one of the GOATs of the knockouts division. So therefore, I feel like if you're a GOAT and you're in the conversation to be a GOAT, which is the greatest of all time, there's no better stage than Slammiversary to prove that. And I feel like Deonna has a lot to prove. Even though she's proved so much since coming to Impact Wrestling, she still hasn't told her full championship story.
Way to use my words.
That's right. That's what I do. Anyways, guys, that's it. That's it. We're wrapped to the can. Slammiversary is going to be a wild one. Get your tickets if you're in Canada and you're able to go to Windsor. If not, it's all good because you can check it out on pay-per-view, Fight Plus, all the good stuff. Slammiversary is going to be one hell of a ride. And the great thing is pay-per-view is completely affordable. It's completely affordable for any wrestling fan. And this is wrestling at its purest form and its finest form. We are big supporters of Impact. We love Impact Wrestling. They've given us so many major opportunities, and we can't thank them enough. Slammiversary is going to be wild. Your boy, your host, your mini host are going to be in Windsor checking out all the action. If you see us, say what's up, grab a picture, whatever you want. If not, you'll be able to check out the vlog when we drop it the following day or a couple days after, depending on how tired I am when I edit, because I got to do all the driving because she can't drive yet. I mean, she can, but not legally.
I'll try it. Don't listen to him.
All right, guys, that's it. Don't forget to click all the socials below. Follow us on all those socials. Subscribe to YouTube if you haven't, because we are at 759. We would love to hit 800, before the summer's over. I think that's a reasonable goal. And we'd like to be at 1,000 before the year's over. So any chance, if you have not subscribed, but you like what you see, check us out. Go through our archives and see everything that we've done for all the work that we put in. I am your host, your boy, George Mackay, and this is
The Mini Host.
Peace, Love, and Wrestling. We'll see you at Slammiversary. Peace.
Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on that notification bell so you get notified each time we post a video. Alternatively, you can check us out on all podcast platforms and hosted on Podbean. We are also available on the SNME Network. That's the Sunday Nights Main Event Patreon. Please feel free to check us out there as well. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at _Straight Talk on Twitter, at Straight Talk Wrestling on Instagram, Straight Talk Wrestling on Facebook, Straight Talk Wrestling on TikTok, and of course, you can check out all our merch at ProWrestlingTees.com.
I don't need a nigga cosign. Without the liquor, you become a victim. You ain't never got a pole mine. I ain't messing with this generation. Fuck your gen, I ain't got